Hello and welcome to episode 51 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of April 30th, 2016. We are almost at the biannual, guys.
Yeah, the bicentennial.
Not the bicentennial. I know I flubbed that before we started. Anyways, I am your dispatcher, Ellis, otherwise known as Train Man. With me, my engineers are JDur, Milky, and TBA.
Hi.
TB Wiebold.
Wiebold's out. But as our new guest, we have Jake Rail. If you want to give a little bit of a blurb about yourself, why are you here and what do you want with our podcast?
Hello. Well, mainly I am a railroader. Well, not a real railroader, but kind of a farmer from Michigan who plays around with pretty much any train that I can get my hands on, albeit Gmod, virtual, or
Gmod.
Any scale up to ride-on scale. Yes, I have ride-on engine.
Oh, cool.
But,
we'll be able to talk about that later.
Yeah. The dial control, I have some interesting things about that, but I'll hold that off because that's not this section.
All right. Yeah, of course. Well, before we even get to a section, the train will terminate at this station.
Okay, so we're staring at War Thunder in a Steam library, and what do we got for today?
Man, Kevon even did it better than you. All right, so okay, what have we got to look at? Let's see. We've got a dude playing War Thunder, a dude playing Gary's mod, Patriot Graph playing War Thunder, Calco Does Games playing Gary's mod, Chesapeake and Ohio 614 in Train Simulator 12. DT Cheney 11 in American Truck Simulator, and Mason in Train Simulator.
Mason.
Let's
go with the Train's trope, dude.
No, let's go watch Gary's mod.
Yes.
No, Mason.
Gary's mod.
No, Train's
my vote's for Mason.
Do it.
My vote's for Calico.
Yeah.
Calico.
Yeah. I'm going to watch his broadcast anyway.
So now we got 2 and 2. Milky, your deciding factor.
Gary's mod.
Alright, Calco Does Games.
Whatever, I don't care. I'll just go to Magnum's broadcast.
Right there. I almost hit join game instead of watch game. That would have been a mistake.
Welcome to the Gary's mod podcast.
Let me get this started up. Watch game.
I'm going to message him surprise.
It will take a couple times.
Visit.
Total number of stupids.
Doesn't feel like starting.
Who renamed
Third
it
time's
that?
the charm.
Surprise visit from the Terminus podcast.
Third time is the charm. Perfect.
There.
Is it bad I don't remember who half the people on my Steam friends list are?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Then again, I have the same
what
problem.
What happens is my Steam friend list is the only friends list I never read. Like, if somebody sends me a Steam friend request, I'm just going to accept it. Because it doesn't matter to me. So, yeah, that's how I just get a bunch of people. You know, everyone who friends me on Steam, you should know what you're going to get into. I'm going to be creeping on you in games. Anyways.
Whoa.
Anyways.
Good thing I don't run 8 through Steam then. Oh, the overspeeds.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you know, we get the FRA in here.
The FRA would shut me down. I'm known for doing 110 yards.
Calm down, Johnson.
SD40s have a surprising acceleration ratio in run 8.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right, wrong section.
Yep.
Yeah. I would say Gulag, but I let it go long enough. Anyways, so speaking of things that are in this section, and that was fantastic. Let me pick on the piece of news that I actually picked up in the beginning of this. Normally I don't start off with a topic that could be discussed, but I feel like this is worth mentioning. So, no injuries, no spill in Jersey City freight train derailment. And, okay, so, a
normal
derailment happened in Jersey City, 10:30 a.m. at the Newark Avenue crossing a few days ago. The thing that's interesting, however, is the railroad in charge of this was Conrail. This is part of the shared assets, so therefore it still falls under Conrail.
And by extension,
so, 20911.
don't call that number. Despite being mostly dead, they're still derailing things.
Yeah.
I could say so many things about CSX here, but I'm going to restrain myself.
I think we've beaten
I'm sure
CSX
nothing you could say has not already been said.
Well, I'll say it then. By extension, Conrail is, now a conglomeration. Blame CSX.
Yeah, I guess.
And NS.
And I guess we can blame NS for this. NS is good though. I do still like CSX despite it picking up all the hate in the railfan community. Just for the sake of the fact that I live basically on CSX. Whoa.
That was
call.
Weird.
Come in. Call. Hello. Uh-oh. Something's going screwy.
Now it did. Oh.
Hello?
Oh.
Milky?
Ellis.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Let's see this goddamn podcast.
The podcast is exploding.
Yeah.
So it's you and I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know where everybody else is.
Alright.
Everybody else exploded.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a quick recall. Sorry, viewers. Alright. Skype is screwy sometimes. That's a cool looking engine. Hey, it's called Uncle Sam.
Alright.
Hello?
Hello?
Alright,
What's
well
your
that's everyone.
Well, that was an unexpected turn of events.
Oh my
This
goodness.
scenario is taking yet another unexpected turn.
But I don't want
Okay.
to give you all my money.
Anyway, speaking of unexpected turns, so of all the holidays to have excursion rides on, etc., Mother's Day is not one I would expect. Or one I would expect. I said expect. What? I flubbed. Anyways, yeah, Mother's Day is May 8th. For those of you that didn't know that already, well, at least you know now. But
Good.
yeah, don't get in trouble with your mom's people. But a special ballroom brunch at the Radisson Lackawanna Station Hotel, followed by a train ride into the Poconos. The hotel is the former DL&W passenger station, which is why it is relevant to this. But beginning at 11:30 a.m., the train will depart from the hotel at 1:30 and is scheduled to return to Scranton at 3:30. So this is on the 8th, I believe, solely the 8th. Yeah, no other days. And tickets are priced at approximately $55 for adults, $35 for children 12 and younger. Now, I don't know who's... whatever. I was going to say it'd be kind of interesting to do this. It wouldn't be much of a Mother's Day if it's the mom taking the kid to the train, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. To each their own. Information and reservations are available only at the Radisson. So there's the phone number is here if you're interested in that, but I wouldn't be too surprised. This announcement came out 9 days ago, so I wouldn't be too surprised if it's largely sold out already. I don't know how many coaches they're going to be using or even what they're going to be running. I would assume the F units.
Have you... Yes.
Just because I don't think 26 is up for it just yet.
F units? Oh my god!
Oh, you triggered TV.
We'll see. I'm curious to see what power. 26 is in a better state than a lot of people think it is.
Well,
true, but it's
it's
not exactly a mainline excursion engine, is my point.
True.
it is in the boot that they have.
Yeah. When they had one of the big guys out. We had a little bit of a chit-chat of the pre-show about Steamtown.
Yeah.
But here's the good news about Steamtown. So, there was a study done recently, and they've done this, they do these occasionally, just to figure out. So, tourism to Steamtown National Historic Site creates $6.5 million in economic benefits for the town of Scranton. The report shows that the approximately 89,500 visitors to the historic site in 2015 spent basically 4.7 million in communities near the park. That spending supported approximately 77 local jobs and a cumulative benefit of 6.5 million. So, you know, you can read through this whole article. It's just a very brief rundown of what's going on, but you know, most park visitor spending was lodging, approximately 30%. So, you know, the people coming in and spending money on hotel stays and on food, etc. I don't know. It's cool. It shows that Steamtown is doing good outside of just restoring an 060.
Oh yeah.
If there isn't much else to show for it in the park, there's plenty to show for it outside.
Well, and it's, I guess, going through, you can see that they've been making progress lately, and they've been seeming to make the headlines a lot more lately.
In a good way. In a good way. In a good way. Something. There's a running joke which you may not have picked up on in the time listening to the podcast. We sort of have I sort of have a running joke that Kansas City Southern doesn't exist because they never make the headlines. Even though never making the headlines is usually a pretty good thing.
Yeah.
Because
well, PR somewhat, but yeah.
What if they make the headlines for not making the headlines for a long time?
Well, that'd be PR.
That
making
would be
the headlines for safety or something.
It'd be saying, "Hey, we haven't derailed in a while." I could see CSX running something like that. Hey, like, you know, buying into the jokes.
I don't think the CSX reps
New
are
Heritage
into that.
Unit. We got.
No, I know.
We got $10 on the New York Central stickers.
Yeah, we got some stickers. Look at us. We're doing good, guys. A golf clap for CSX.
Yep.
Well, and then CSX burns out their chassis sticker unit, but we won't go into that.
That was something.
They burned down chassis again.
Yeah.
They burned it down again. Jesus.
Make CSX great again.
No.
Chassis was...
God damn it, JDur.
God damn it.
With the amount Chassis beat the hell out of their engines, that somehow doesn't surprise me.
The Chassis engine wanted to follow its heritage in bursting into flames.
I didn't know that. I didn't know they beat their engines to hell.
Some of the engines later in their lifespan, they don't want to be near them.
I made the same.
Did they burn shoes for fuel?
In communist motherland, we burn shoes to create diesel. No.
Actually, no. That'd be in Colorado and Southern.
You know, I wouldn't put it past him.
You could ask Wiebold about it if he was here.
No, Colorado, they just burn weed to drive the trains.
Please.
Wait, did Chassis ever wash their engines?
I don't think so.
Well, then they're no better than Southern Pacific. All right.
Southern Pacific.
Yeah, the only time SP washes their stuff is when they dunk it into a river.
Or when it rains.
And when we tried to make Santa Fe and failed that up.
But they wanted to make them look nice for a merger that never happened.
Yeah.
So close,
and then we had to repaint. Far. And then we had to repaint all of them back too, boy knows.
SP got friend zoned by Santa Fe.
Well,
no,
they got friend zoned by the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to bring my Santa Fe Sun Civic today into this.
Still better than Penn Central.
Yeah.
Everything's better than Penn Central.
Penn Central on a wreck.
Except for Pan Am.
Pan Am.
Although Pan Am doesn't forget the potatoes.
Yeah. And then again, Penn Central has some quite big screw-ups where they literally forgot the potatoes.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm alluding to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason the entire state of Maine uses trucks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Penn Central.
That and a couple of greenhouses. A couple of greenhouses near me when Penn Central was a thing were getting a shipment of like some plant. I forget what it was specifically, but they put the plant in the wrong car. Frost damaged the plants, and the Penn Central paid for it.
God
Because, of course,
I wonder
Penn
why
Central.
they went bankrupt. They paid
Yeah,
for
well,
all
they had to
this.
pay for all their screw-ups.
Penn Central was scrapping engines just to pay for crews. It was not good.
Yeah.
Well, they were scrapping engines
Well,
to get
because
to
it's Penn Central.
TBA is just like, they suck, and we know they suck. Why do we need to discuss this?
Exactly.
Went down, down, down in a burning ring of fire.
By the way,
Again, there's,
friggin', when Kavan left the group for a little while, he switched his Skype profile picture to Penn Central, and I was like, man, he must just not be in a good mood.
You're like, he's doing it just to piss me off.
No, he wasn't doing it to piss me off. I'm pretty sure he was just like, I'm not happy, so therefore Penn Central.
I am disappointed.
And then he switched it back to Texas and Pacific, and I was like, oh, Kavan's feeling better.
Penn Central, the only railroad that derailed more than CSX.
No, Conrail derailed. Literally derailed. As it
True.
removed all of the track.
Instead of Conrail, it should just be derail.
Derail. Hey, baby, check out my derail.
Mighty Easby.
Anyways,
You wanna
to
take
take
a
a
ride on my
step
rail?
back for a moment, hey, it looks like someone's building a mastodon. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Speaking of the state of
Ooh.
Maine, that was
I
mentioned
think
a minute
that's
ago.
Warhawk. Is that Warhawk building a mastodon?
No,
I
I
don't
think
know.
that's.
I'm not paying
I'll wait for when he mouses over the thing.
Anyway, I interrupted.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ah,
Sorry,
whatever.
Gmod Sorry, Gmod foaming.
What I mean is, so you know how the main narrow gauge is trying to expand massively.
Mm-hmm.
They're making for those who aren't aware, they're making a huge step forward, and they're trying to move from their current location to a brand new facility that's going to be under construction shortly. They're planning out the area, and they want to have approximately 1.6 miles of trackage, as well as a yard and service facilities and stuff. So, it's basically a huge step up from where they are, which is half of a former mill building, or a very small portion of a former mill building along a former, I think, CP rail line.
Yeah.
Where all they did was just widen narrow the rail.
Yeah.
They've still got full-length ties, and it looks really goofy. But, anyways. So, it starts with concerns raised by environmental organizations recently defeated legislative attempts to provide for exemptions to shoreline zoning laws along a right-of-way in Gray. That's the new town where they're working on. Our aim was to gain permission to remove trees and vegetation so we could accommodate a rails and trails concept. This is
Now that's
this
a
is
good idea.
yeah. This is one thing I'll say. It is, as a matter of fact, mirroring what they currently have, which is a bike path next to their right-of-way. So they want to widen the path for 16 feet. And after studying the right-of-way, they've conducted a centerline survey and have an alternative plan. And they have, it is believed to be, they have 12 to 14 feet of width along a majority of the route. So that should be enough for them to work within the existing plan. They don't need to cut back as much as they thought they did. So, it seems to be that, I'd say everyone's happy, but if that's an exaggeration, then it's at least everyone's getting what they need. And what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I'd say the rails and trails thing has worked before in multiple places. I mean, Western Maryland Scenic for a lot of their right-of-ways the same way.
I think it's always the best option, because you make use of the right-of-way, especially if you had a wider right-of-way, that wasn't just single track. You can make use of the right-of-way for bikers and walkers, and as someone who's from an area in Rhode Island where I had easy access to a bike path, which was the Washington Secondary Trail, which was the former Providence, Boston, and Fishkill, I think. Railroad, which, got absorbed into the New Haven like everything else over there. But, it was awesome to have that ability. And, I'm very much for that. But at the same time, I like trains. So, you've got to reach a middle ground. And when you can do rails and trails, that's definitely the best option.
Yeah, it's sort of like Porque no los dos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unless somebody's like, not in my backyard. Speaking of Milky, speaking of which, Milky, how are things in those backyards?
Things are doing alright in my backyards, but
here in my backyards.
Yeah.
Here in my backyard.
Someone had the bright idea to pass into a port in the western train.
Like crash into it?
Yeah.
Into the side of it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Were they blind?
I don't know, but...
Were they trying to kamikaze into the train?
My question is, how can you not notice the puke orange and black paint scheme?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm looking at this right now. They just railed the side of it.
Yeah.
Like the Cheeto orange.
I mean...
orange.
I mean, in Corvallis, they have several of these unguarded railroad crossings, but... how?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
I question humanity. It seems, to quote George Carlin, the train doesn't jump out in front of you. You have to go to it. I mean, think about it. It's, thousands of tons of steel. It follows a defined path.
Anyway, so
how do they not hear or see it?
I don't know. They honk for these crossings too.
But that still doesn't make sense. How they could miss some bright orange pumpkin motive.
Well, it says there are no other details available at this time on the article.
No, it's the Cheeto motive.
The Cheeto motive.
It's the great pumpkin locomotive, Charlie Brown.
I feel like we've had a better one. Actually, whatever the hell I'm looking at in Gary's mod, this is a great pumpkin locomotive.
Wait. What is that?
When it makes JDur go, I don't want to look at it.
What? I don't entirely get it. Okay.
It's ugly.
Yeah. It's not cancer, though. It's built well.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of things...
No, it's not bad. It just looks stupid.
Speaking of things that are built well, the Coalition for Sustained Rail, aka CSR, has posted some news on their website about sorry, JDur, I'm taking you Maine, but they posted Maine on the NC and SL 484 that's being restored down in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? Where?
That's not one of mine, but okay.
The 152, right?
No,
the 50. No, the 576.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that.
I had that in trains a while ago.
Oh, the NCSDL 576. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
I don't know what this is.
Heavy 484. It's been sitting in a park for years. The thing with it is the city decided to redo the park anyway, so that they're actually viewing the rail guys as a great excuse to get the engine out of the park.
To get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Yes. Literally, they're giving them to them for, I don't even know if they're paying for it, but...
$1.
I got you $1.
A small rail and a one.
Got your $1. Yeah.
And CSR also posted a thing about modifications in mainline Steam. Because obviously, well, they worked on more than just the Santa Fe Hudson that they're restoring.
Yeah.
They've done things in South Africa, which...
Oh yeah, the Red Devil.
Yeah, they they put out a pretty little diagram of what they did to make it more efficient.
Yeah.
I like one thing in particular. Most notches are removed to enforce full throttle running. It's like, if you're gonna do this, you have to go fast.
Well, the thing with that is, I've actually looked into it, and they have a Limpor, is it, or something like that, Limpor exhaust on it, and it actually eliminates a lot of the back pressure on the cylinders, and it runs a whole lot better in full forward on the reverser.
Yeah. And they point out the Limpor stacks.
Yeah. Dual smoke stacks. That's pretty cool. You know.
Yeah.
I'm just being nitpicky here. I understand the point of it. I'm just being nitpicky. Just like in Train Fever, the bulldoze tool, the description for it is bulldozer, demolish everything. And I'm like, is this a command? Because I'll do it.
Oh my.
Heyo. Alright. But yeah, so continue, Milky.
I was done with that tidbit of news.
Oh,
but
okay.
Speaking of, I'm just going to move on. Santa Fe 2926 now has a roundhouse.
Whoa.
That's good.
Like, the roundhouse has been fully funded.
Hey.
And so is the restoration of the engine.
It was Facebook. Warning for everyone, it's a Facebook link.
Yeah, warning. They update their Facebook way more than their website.
If only HC Roundhouse had a Facebook. There's a group. I'm in a group, and it's way more reliable than the website.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Down
seriously.
there,
Age of Steam.
is on her,
Age of Steam.
Yeah.
Shit.
Jerry.
Yeah, there would. Go ahead. Sorry.
But anyways, 2926 is apparently in her last stages of restoration.
Man, they got through that quick. Like, how long has it been since they started working on it?
I've been following them since 2012, and they're now getting done.
Nice.
They would have had it done sooner had they not had those parts stolen.
Yeah.
Who stole the part?
They'd love to know.
And why?
Why? I don't
Pretty
know.
sure they'd love to know that too.
Well, actually, that one's pretty simple. Copper.
True.
Yeah. Money, money, money.
Oh.
You can get quite a bit for that.
I hear, though, that the hydro is coming up in the next couple of months, so that engine is very, very close.
No, it's coming up in probably a few weeks.
Well, yes.
Like, this engine will be fired up by the end of summer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's probably gonna just be fired up.
Ooh.
I don't know when, they don't have a date, but they're getting close. Really. Alright. But that's about all I had out of Santa Fe stuff. Anyone else want to continue before I talk about this, other than what I have?
Oh, go ahead.
Alright. The Oregon Electric Railway Museum is holding a Boy Scouts trip on
Hey.
the 14th of May.
LMAO.
That I may or may not be on.
Oh, okay.
It's the operator.
Oh, well, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because that same day, I think I'm getting trained before that.
Shoo shoo.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's getting trained.
That's gonna be a fun day, no matter what.
Yeah, you get to
And that's
drive.
all I have. Yeah.
Don't crash, Milky.
Today I was on John Deere for most of the day.
Woo.
JDur, you just made JDur's day, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that when he got here.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear it.
Alright.
Oh, you weren't
That's
here.
all the cool stuff that I have.
Oh, okay. Anybody else got cool stuff?
I got some pretty cool stuff.
All right, what's your cool stuff?
All right, well, nothing out of any of the.
Goddamn, he starts with I got some cool stuff. Ask him what he starts with nothing. Thank you, TBA. How about you tell us the cool stuff?
Oh, hold on, dang it!
Nothing is cool.
The railroads, but here comes the cool stuff. When since this is my last season of football, once it's over, I'm gonna have a lot of free time that I'm not gonna know what to do with. So I'm going to go and volunteer for the Railroad Museum in Sacramento.
Join us, TBA.
One of them.
And
one of them.
I'm really hoping to work with Granite Rock 10, the little 060 that we got down there.
They probably have a Steam department or something that you could get in on.
By the way, I'm calling it right now. I don't know what we're doing for next episode, but episode 60 we're going to do an 060 off, because it's episode 060. Thanks for the idea earlier, guys. I'm taking it. We're running with this.
Alright.
That should have been in housekeeping, but F it. I'm not 2 point happy today. So
housekeeping.
Continue.
Yeah, screw housekeeping.
Alright. And other than the fact that the California Western Railroad is a bunch of murderers, tank engine murderers, that's all I've got.
Just like Utah.
They neutered how many tank engines?
At least 3.
Wait a minute.
Than what we did.
Wait a minute.
Wait, no, at least 2. I don't know what the third one would be.
Wait a minute.
We stopped at 2.
Look at the call.
Wondered how long it would take you to notice Wiebold.
Wiebold is here.
He's creeping on us.
Keeping.
He even said something.
Yeah, he was like, one of us.
Oh, he started that chant too?
So does this mean Wiebold gets a point?
Yes.
No.
I mean, I kind of can't give him a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wiebold gets a point for being in the wrong section.
Ghost. There. Ghost Wiebold.
Well, I'm sorry that I've got 5 windows covering up the Skype window when I'm trying to make the damn podcast. I don't see it when people join the call, Wiebold.
Well, whatever.
Oh, he's back again.
Yeah, that's why I addressed him directly. And he's gone. Alright.
God damn it.
He's trying to get
back.
spoilers for the podcast.
Oh my god, this guy just totally crashed.
Well, dude.
Wiebold stopped. Oh, he left.
Alright, anyways, let's continue with the chit chatter. No, don't freaking do that. Alright. Anyways, JDur, what have you got?
Well, I have pretty much nothing out of I got an email earlier today saying that I got an email earlier today saying that included in the news report, the Ohio Railway Museum was vandalized.
God damn it.
Yeah.
So much vandalism.
According to the report, someone had vandalized train cars and other items between April 1st and 11th, and they didn't report it until the 24th. God damn it.
It's a pretty broad range to report something that way.
Seems like you'd get somebody through there before that.
Don't they have an active museum director like we have at the Oregon Electric Railway?
Do they have anyone that pays attention to anything?
I need to ask Jake, because he volunteers there. He'd probably know. I don't know.
You should go volunteer there, JDur.
I should. I'll
One of them. He keeps coming in and out of the call.
Well, he's just,
I should call him and be like, listen, you. Either be on the podcast or don't.
The windows and the door on one of the cars were damaged, and someone set off multiple fire extinguishers in the area.
Okay, good to see that the damage was somewhat small.
Yeah. I mean,
freaking fire extinguishers, man. Yeah. Those are such a bastard to clean up, and like the stuff is normally pretty toxic if you just leave it around. You can't inhale fire extinguisher dust.
Yeah. I mean, not to rag on the ORM. To me, anyway.
Uh-oh. Hello? Here we go again. Man, Skype's just not having it today. I wonder if it's my internet or somebody else's. Hello?
Yeah, everyone. Hey.
I don't know whose internet that is.
Everyone's dropping out.
It might be mine, to be honest, but...
And that could be
free college internet.
This is...
Well,
my internet's normally pretty good, though. Alright, you know what? Just go back to where you were. What were you talking about?
Well, not to rag on the ORM, their stuff is kind of rusted to hell, so it'd be, to me anyway, it'd be hard to tell if something got, like...
No, it's hard to tell if stuff got... Yeah, it's like if the Steamtown yard got vandalized, like... Really? Huh.
What? And for all we know, Steamtown Yard hasn't been vandalized?
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you know, maybe the idea of vandalizing the Steamtown Yard is like, you know, putting a new window in one of the coaches.
It's like it's too easy.
You have to unvandalize it to actually surprise anyone.
Like the employees just show up there in the morning and all the engines are under steam.
Oh yeah, well no, I was just thinking of something like that. And this was something that happened on the Volvo subreddit a little while ago. There was like an old... I know I'm going on a tangent here, but just stay with me. There was like an old 940 wagon or 240 wagon, and he rolled the train. Nice job.
Right. God damn it.
And he's back on his wheels. But anyways, there was like an old 940 wagon or something. And it was locked up behind gates because you know it was locked up behind gates because somebody apparently left it on the college campus and just didn't want to do anything. And you know, it just got left there for a number of years. You know, nobody knows who it belongs to, whatever, but it's locked up behind, you know, a chain link fence with all these other impounded cars. And this person was like, but it, you know, walks by it every day. A person on the Volvo subreddit walks by it every day and feels bad for it. Is like, you know, it's just so disappointing that it's you know, left out like that, or, you know, left alone like that. It's just gathering dust. And I was like, okay, what you should do is you should sneak in there during the night when nobody's paying attention, figure out what's wrong with it, and then and then fix it. And when the security guards least expect it, start up the car and drive out. Like, disguise yourself as the seat.
Yes.
Well, that's worked so well.
Well, I've seen it done before, but...
Well, you know. Yes, and all those drive-thru employees are probably still having nightmares about it.
Exactly. Or, you know...
Surprise.
If it's a tech school, just get some of the kids on campus to make it remote controlled.
Oh, that wouldn't be too hard.
That would be really entertaining.
That would be.
But, you know... That Steamtown edition would be like, you know, you go to 26... You go to 26, not 26, you go to 47, the Baltic tank, because it's at the end of a row, it's accessible. And you figure out what's wrong with it, and, you know, slowly, night by night, part by part, you replace it as best you can, and then one day you just steam it up and take off.
Reminds me.
And they're like, steam engine stolen, and everyone else is like, how?
Well, you'd need a place to hide it. Something that big.
Well, I mean, you know, the question isn't who or where.
JDur,
it's how. I'd give
it.
it back afterwards, just be like, yeah, I fixed your engine. I mean, I vandalized everything. Sorry.
Damn.
I had to borrow the boiler tubes from 5 of the other engines out here to make this thing work.
JDur, you could play Ding Ding too.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, they do have it's all trolleys.
I could play Ding Ding as well out here if I wanted to, but I don't want to play Ding Ding. I want to play Choo Choo.
I should go volunteer for like the Berkshire Scenic. It's only an hour away.
Well, that's the ORM would be like a mix of playing Choo Choo and playing a lot of Ding Ding and very little Choo Choo.
For me, it would be like playing Bud Car.
Blood.
Smoke weed every day. Actually, what they don't bother with the freaking engine on the Bud car. They just have like an SW pulling a Bud car.
But that's not right.
That is
So you're playing what pup?
That's not even cool.
They have some SW unit. Like, hold on, if you look on the Berkshire Scenic webpage here, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Well, Steam in the Valley does the same thing.
Oh wait, not that wrong thing.
Oh yeah, they just kind of have.
No.
What Milky?
Yeah, no, sorry, on the Hoosick Valley one.
What's this?
Not the Berkshire Scenic, the Hoosick Valley.
What is this? Oh yeah, these guys.
Yeah, these guys that you can go play.
See, I didn't even know these exist. I didn't know this place existed until a few years ago.
I didn't know it existed.
I don't even know where it is.
I didn't know it existed until right now.
Yeah. All right, where's Google Earth? I need to. How close is this to me?
I was looking around and some unrelated stuff to the podcast. I found this.
Google Earth.
Suffolk, Ohio.
I have no idea where this is.
I do.
It was very green, so it could be anywhere.
It looks like the trolley park that we had before our current museum.
Seville, Ohio. Where is it? Oh, where is the place?
I'll post a link to this in the description. This is what they're talking about here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah. JDur's ending. Yeah.
Oh, that's wicked fact.
You're wicked.
No, that's the main reason why I kind of can't volunteer in the Cuyahoga. It's far.
Yeah.
That's
a problem with being out in like the middle of the country because it's just so spaced out.
No, like the Hocking
even
Valley.
out west it is.
Well, no, it's like the Hocking Valley is maybe an hour away from me. Cuyahoga's like 2 hours.
Hmm.
I risk getting shot for saying this, but Cuyahoga Valley 4070, anyone?
RIP 4070. I'm just gonna say that.
What is 4070 again?
4070 is a GT
that's in pieces.
282 that's had crap done to it.
Kind of dead.
RIP.
It is kill.
It's had both of its cylinder linings destroyed by people that don't know how to work it.
Oh, yay.
And it's sitting outside. Because 2100.
I forgot a bit of news.
News.
Can I talk about it?
No.
Yes.
No.
So the last time I was in old Sacramento, I was at. This is never mind. Anyways, we were going to this place, this restaurant, and the Railroad Museum has moved. They apparently have two Santa Fe steam locomotives. They have a Northern and a Decapod.
No.
They have a Northern something else.
They have the Santa Fe Class 210-4.
Yeah, 210-4.
Sorry, I've done my research on this.
Okay.
Fight.
Okay, why don't you take the news then?
Oh wait, they moved them around for once.
Yeah, they moved them outside the museum, and they're sitting outside. And I was able to, I walked up to them, and they're in abysmal shape right now. I wanted to cry. One of them's missing a steam dome. They're both missing their headlights and bells. One of them's missing a piston rod.
He did what in his rod?
It's because they're all under restoration, and their parts are probably inside the Sacramento.
And giant air quotes.
But
they're getting cosmetic.
They were repainted
no, they're getting full.
Which was nice. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, that is definitely it.
All right. Is that definitely it?
That's it for me. I'm just dorking around in Google Earth.
Wonderful.
Is it
time?
Is it time for?
Ow. Rip headphone users. God
In this corner, we have...
Actually, it wasn't, because I forgot something, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'll live.
The train moved on.
In one corner, we have the Locomotive.
And in the other corner, we have the Uintah Railway 50 crafts. Also known as something about 250 and 251.
Boo.
Yeah, woo.
Uh-oh, this broadcast ended. Hold on, real quick. Also, what,
I'm assuming TB is defending the Chode and Ellis is defending...
Hold on. I'm going to move my Game Watch real quick. I need pictures of the engines as well. I can get Uintah 51 real quick, though.
No, I can get it.
I already got it.
Alright, I got pictures.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't need. I already know this engine.
Alright. Well, maybe the other people on this.
Well, that's why I'm getting a picture so I can put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
I need a picture of the Locomotive. No, Milky.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Wait, let me look at this.
No.
Yes.
No.
This is the one he's referring to.
Okay. It would look sort of alright if it didn't have the giant steam pipe.
Oh wait, a ton of the engines have that gigantic steam pipe.
But why?
I mean, that steam pipe is not a modification that the Sumter made. It was just hidden underneath the side tanks.
I didn't know that.
True.
The more you know, and we convert it to oil firing.
Lame. And then here in the other corner we have the Locomotive. Also formerly a tank engine. But the thing that's special about this is Uintah 51 is making its triumphant return and once again facing a standard gauge engine. At least it's only facing one this time.
Yeah.
Ow, I'm sorry.
Bless you. Alright, let me get my stats. Let me whip my stats out.
I already whipped the stats.
Somebody, actually no, that's fine. Alright. You guys know the rules. Don't be looking at the stats of an engine you aren't defending. That means nobody else touched these stats except for me, and except for myself and TBA. That's the rules.
Alright.
Okay.
That has always been the rules. You guys can get pictures though.
Alright.
You guys can get all sorts of pictures. TBA, do you have the Locomotive stats up?
Yeah, I do. Oh,
Alright,
Julius,
good.
Rainbow Six Siege.
It says he's playing Gary's mod for me.
No, he's in. I just
All right. Who do you think should go first?
The Chode.
Okay.
Oh, God. Okay.
Because we purchased the
Let me just. I need to link both of these real quick. But you're the second column, right?
Yeah.
On that page.
Yeah.
That is this page right
Okay.
here. Steam Locomotive page, Mikado CW.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just put him down.
I always beat you too, Uintah.
What is it? Yeah, no. I already had it.
Oh.
This is the... Wait, what is it? California Western.
Yeah.
California Western, number 45.
When in doubt, just put Skunk Train. Just.
Yeah.
Skunk
Uintah
Train.
Railway 50/51. Alright, so that is one, and the other is right here. Thank you, Milky.
Alright. I need to look up a picture of the actual.
It was in a handy, convenient place. Here's the good picture.
Alright. I have always had a good picture, but alright.
But Julie's texting.
Here's the actual good picture.
Yeah, turn your phone
this
off.
is Uintah 50 or 51. I actually can't see the number.
Wait. There's some small modificational differences between the two.
Well, they were originally.
I know that.
The thing is, 50 was originally built differently than 51 was originally built, but by the time they ordered 51, they'd made all of the changes to 50. You know, they said, Baldwin, we need an engine that can do this, and Baldwin sent them 50. And then they got 50, and they went over the design, and they made a bunch of changes and sent the design back to Baldwin and said, okay, build us one of these. Because they were like,
50,
they were like, we've found the shortcomings at the engine, so...
Are you ready to win, Ellis?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna win.
I guarantee you you'll win. I bet you.
That's 50, Ellis.
A close race this will not be.
Oh yeah, it says it in the thing, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Okay, never mind.
No, it doesn't, but I can tell the difference.
Okay. So JDur said the Chode gets to go first.
Alright, you get to go first. Throw the first punch.
What is your firebox area?
Hit me with your best shot. Oh, jeez. 125 square feet.
135 square feet.
You bastard.
Jug.
Oh, I honestly thought you'd have me beat by more than that, but okay. Continue.
Some to Bowie.
No.
Milky, I'm not sure if I want your help or not.
What's your grade area?
Grade area. 37.40.
26.80.
Hey.
What?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I have a smaller firebox but a larger grade area. Yeah, I'll take it. Alright.
Okay.
Evaporative heating surface, then. If we're going down this road, we're going to continue down it.
Wait.
I have 1,785 square feet.
Ooh.
I have 2,100 square feet.
Jesus!
Yeah, I'm son.
No, Chug.
And I don't even need a bendy boiler. Alright, superheating surface.
Yeah.
Superheating surface is not listed on this engine.
Do you not have a superheater?
I don't think he has a superheater.
I might not.
Well,
Really?
okay, well, I guess I'll just take the point for that. Okay, well, then I have a question to ask. I'm going to diverge from this slightly. I have a question to ask, which is, what year were you built?
Year 1912.
You're not as old as I thought, but I'm still 1926.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd be that old, especially due to the fact that
Jesus,
I don't know, it seems like a modern engine.
Yeah.
Apparently, it just doesn't have a superheater.
I never knew it was that old.
We burn superheaters to stay warm in winter.
Goddamn.
All right.
Hey, you guys, does this engine have to deal with winter ever? Because I know Uintah 50 and 51 didn't.
Well, they did.
Well, they did.
Not as 50 and 51.
Well, yeah, no, they didn't. They were emasculated, and then they had to deal with it.
No,
must have been
they
even worse.
made oil.
You took off their insulation so they would freeze. I see how it is.
No, they were new.
But we made them oil fired, so they were more efficient.
No, let's just.
Wait.
No, they weren't emasculated. They were neutered.
Yeah.
No, they were rebuilt to
They were
rebuilt to be worse.
Neutered. They were both. Porque no las dos, they were emasculated and neutered.
Well, why
goodness.
not?
Okay,
Well,
so
why not?
where was I? What was I talking about?
Superheaters.
Yeah, superheaters. Well, I could go back to that if I want to. Yeah. Combined heating surface.
1785.
2605.
Does that count as much, though? Because that's counting with the superheaters, and he doesn't have superheaters.
Well, yeah, but therefore I still
but
have a larger combined heating surface because I have a superheater.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
And evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
209.21.
233.
Damn it.
That was actually fairly close because I have more cylinders. All right.
Yeah.
If I'm just going to continue moving down the page.
I have more piston.
You know what's next.
Robert Le Messina's power computation.
What is it?
4,820.
The hell is this?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's just trouncing.
7854.
This engine sucks.
I mean, at least you're not fighting Ivan.
Yeah.
I would be even more. I'm gonna. Whatever. I'm done. Kidding.
We should give you two of this, two of that engine.
Nah.
2 chodes.
Or you know, we should do one with the other Malay that wanted.
2
2
chodes.
chodes.
Bring out Double Dick Dude. Where is he?
2 chodes.
All right, same. Okay, well I win this one.
Does that make him a Chinook?
I was gonna ask you the next one down, but you didn't have a superheater, so I win that one anyways. Same as above, but substitute firebox area for grade area.
24,300.
31,200 and blah blah.
Oh my god!
I didn't think this would be this bad. I
Yeah,
should have pitted you against like a K36 or something.
It would have been a great
Wiebold not
opportunity.
being here.
Yeah.
Hell, that or even a K27 at that point.
Can I just go against the K4?
No, next
No,
week.
you would lose badly.
K4 would beat you.
No, next week. Let's do the chode versus Thunder Chicken.
Actually,
Sure.
if you did a K4 without the superheaters.
Like an old K4.
Yeah, pre-war.
Yeah.
Okay.
Power L1.
4,411.
11,870.
Jesus.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is it so bad?
I'm sorry, TVA. Power
This isn't
MT.
even fair.
I'm afraid to look at the points.
No.
Yeah, you probably should be.
1
Oh
to 10.
You guys need to all. You guys need to all fill in for Wiebold, or Wiebold needs to come back to give you some freaking style points.
I'm texting. I'm gonna text him.
Power MT.
270.13.
809.
Oh wait.
You need to text Wiebold, be like, Wiebold, come save me.
I know. I am right now.
TB, I'm going to save you with Fat Urban Heason.
No.
Damn it, no.
I don't think that counts as saving.
What?
Well, I'm gonna
what's
save
your
the-
factor of adhesion, TVA?
5.11.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh my god.
4.61.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, TB,
Oh.
I tried to save
It's still
you on
pretty
that.
bad, but it's not, you know, it's not 5.11.
It isn't the 13 that I found.
Oh god, 13. Alright,
Yeah,
what is your attractive effort?
28,158 pounds.
Oh god, I'm sorry. Yeah, actually, a K28 would be a good match. We didn't do that one.
Yeah?
42,075.
This just isn't fair.
I know. I thought this would be fair because Uintah 51 is a narrow gauge engine, but
But it's a Malay.
yeah, we need to find something standard gauge that actually stacks up against it that isn't 3 Vulcans. Maybe Ivan. Maybe that would work.
2 Vulcans.
Maybe
Let's just
Sumter
pick
Valley
against
250.
Hank.
Uintah 51 versus Sumter Valley 250.
Yeah, we know which one would win. Sucker.
No oil fired for the win, guys.
That has never been a style point.
Yeah, kind of.
No, it hasn't.
No. Alright,
Some-
what are your
Ellis,
cylinders?
Just keep hitting me in the nuts.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should stop.
No, don't stop. I like.
Oh god.
What?
Oh my.
Jesus Christ.
And MTV is starting to get desperate about it.
Wait, what'd you ask? The cylinders?
Yeah, cylinders.
19 inches by 26 inches.
Holy
Ooh.
crap.
Well-
I'm 15 by 22.
Yes.
So,
1 for the.
Yeah.
I got a point.
you
I
got a point. Congratulations. But you got 2 points now.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay.
Well done.
What is your water capacity?
2,600 gallons.
Way to be those guys. I'm 2,500.
Really? You have a tender!
What? I don't
Never
get
mind.
it.
Because he has the freaking stupid side tanks.
Oh my god. Okay. I guess. Oh wait, I put the point in the wrong place. Sorry, I mistakenly gave you a point.
Thanks, I'll take it.
Okay.
He'd have to verify if he was flying 250.
Boiler pressure.
Oh God, no. 180.
Oh.
No, wait.
This just isn't fair.
210. I thought it would be fair.
It's pounds.
GB, how much coal can you carry?
Tons.
God.
I'm actually oil fired, so I carry 1,000 gallons of oil.
I carry 4.5 tons of coal, so we're not going to worry about that one. Okay.
No. Goddamn.
What?
If only Y was here, he could help me debate why oil is better than coal.
It's cleaner.
No ashes.
Yeah, but it's way less cool. So, anyways, minimum weight of rail.
God
no. 60 pounds per yard.
54. That's actually surprisingly close.
Alright.
What's the axle loading?
That's a good question. Axle loading, minimum weight per axle, for me is 30,240 pounds.
I don't have that, so that's not listed either.
Just do weight on drivers divided by number of axles.
Wait, is that...
Okay. So...
weight on drivers divided by 4.
No, yeah, it's in.
Well, it's a Mikado, so wouldn't the leading...
Well, yeah, but you're doing weight on drivers. That's what I said.
Oh, weight on drivers.
Because I don't want to. You don't want to have to worry about the weight distribution between the two trucks.
36,000.
That's heavier than I am.
So
that'd technically be a point for you then, because you're both designed to run on a lighter track.
Yeah. Well, we've always done the lighter track thing, you know. I'll give the heavier engine a point, a point, and then offset it with a point for whoever's on the lighter rail, because clever designers can mitigate a heavy engine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Such as adding 6-wheel front and rear trucks.
Oh, that was a great idea. Spinning time!
Or making a tank engine into a tender engine.
It's time to straighten the curves.
Straighten the
414.4.
Yeah.
Curves? Where we're going, we don't need curves.
All right.
We go straight across Siberia.
What? I'm gonna assume I know this already.
Mountain.
What?
Russian power just goes straight through mountain.
You have to, because you're not building a tunnel that big, that's for sure.
Okay.
What's your driver diameter?
Where's that? 51 inches.
42. Alright, you got a point.
51. 51. Holy crap, those are tiny wheels.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, if you were less of driver diameter than I had, I would have been like, yeah, chode, and then just left. Like, I would have called it there and been like, I'm so done. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, I got style points for you.
I could give you into 51 just wider axles and literally drag you around.
Yeah.
Or, an idler car.
Okay.
What? Maybe you could do that with...
What valve gear do you have?
Wall shirts.
Okay, we have the same.
Yeah, alright, well, I'll take that back then. Ratio of driving wheelbase to overall engine wheelbase. Actually, I don't know what's better that way, so.
Yeah.
0.48.
Mine's 0.20, but I don't know what's better, so I'm not gonna...
Weight on drivers versus weight on the leading and trailing truck. So
well, actually, we do the, Ellis Temelia's, weight computation. Hold on, let's do that.
God damn it.
What is that?
That's weight on drivers divided by total engine weight. So it gives you the percentage of weight on the drivers.
So 144,000 divided by weight, divided by what?
Weight on drivers divided by total engine weight.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Why is 45 orange in this picture?
Because they painted the crap out of that engine.
I got a crazy number.
What is it?
0.774193.
Okay, that's... concentrate on the first two, because that's your percent. So it's 77%.
77%.
Alright, I have 82%.
Alright.
So you win.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh,
well.
Alright.
So anyways, you guys want to go and try and come up with some style points for...
Style point.
I'll bring some style points.
I don't think that's a style point.
It has a really big boiler.
Yeah, you know what? That'd be an interesting thing. Boiler volume.
It has white wall tires.
Yeah, style point, white walls.
White wall.
Okay, sure.
Glorious
really
white wall, carry us through defeat.
I'm over.
Style
I'm
point
over 100 years old.
for the Uintahs.
You're over 100 years old. That's a good one. And you're still operating. That's another one.
Well,
Wait,
I guess
style point for the stupid spark arrestor thing.
Oh God.
No.
I think it's the other way around.
I mean, it
No.
has a spark arrestor, so I guess that's worth something.
Well,
Guys,
on the
But it's oil fired. You don't really need one.
Okay, yeah, then that begs the question: why the hell do you guys have a spark arrestor?
Because we run through the forest.
Still, you
But
should
there are
need
no
it
sparks to arrest.
with oil,
Sir Spark, you're under arrest.
see, this is why oil-fired engines
I don't know, because it
better than
looks
coal.
weird.
It doesn't. Oh, I thought you were gonna say it looks cool. I was gonna be like, ah.
I'm pretty sure the California Western just tried to make an engine look as derpy as possible.
Now they tried to
can
make
do
it look
worse.
like as Old West and generic as possible.
No, you see, back in my day, we had logging engines.
All right, Gabe.
I'll give.
What? What's that thing again?
Oh wait,
Switch stand.
wait.
Ear.
Man, the battle station, son! We're under attack and they're
Oh, wait.
coming in fast and hot. We're out of banana pudding.
They're coming faster than we can count them, and we're all out of vanilla pudding.
Another
Come
style
up
point
with
for
lemons.
another style
You
point
can't
for
handle the
45.
truth. She's a computer.
Okay.
If we ever need a replacement for Gabe.
I like it as guy.
Yeah.
By the way, I was gonna give you a point that you had a backing light, and I don't, and then I realized they have a backing light. It's on top of the cab.
Wait, do we give a style point for the dynamo?
What
Wait,
about it?
Well, it would need to be bigger for the tourist operation, I would think. And as I recall, is that dual? No, that's a single. Never mind me. I'm going insane. Although I do that on a daily basis.
That's everyone's.
I'll give a
style point for 45. It's been in so many paint schemes.
Oh my god, yeah, that could be a style point. You got freaking like
Let's see, orange, orange and
redone.
black,
Orange and black.
Maroon
Straight
and
black.
purple.
Guys, you into 50.
no, it was
Nope.
like black
No.
and then it was greenish. I think only at one point.
front of
I'm
green.
pretty sure it spent 99% of its life black.
You said that like it's a
Or
bad
in
thing.
whatever color it came in, because the only people I'm fairly certain the Sumter Valley are the only people who ever put a coat of paint on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to cry now.
Why?
Because this engine sucks.
You know,
I'm sorry, TBA, we ruined your
I
dream.
have a style
Listen,
point.
listen.
It's like-
I have
it has-
a style point.
Oh, that is a good style point.
Wait, it has ditch.
They turn them on
It
in
does
the
have
tunnel.
ditch lights. It has very well hidden ditch lights.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
I was
What?
gonna say it looks good with a tender.
It has ditch lights?
no.
You're right.
Where are the ditch lights? I don't, TBA, where are the ditch lights on this thing?
They're under the walking boards.
Yeah, they're under the running boards.
Running
Really?
boards. Yeah. Yeah.
They're hidden.
I don't see them.
They're there. You're not going to see them, trust me, unless they're on.
Right?
I think
Oh, wait.
from the front.
Style point. The Uintah Malays were saved from a bankrupt railroad called the Uintah by the Sumter Valley.
Well, yeah, but they weren't saved in the end.
Whoa. Whoa.
No.
Well,
No,
I will
don't
give it. I
don't
will
be-
give it
no.
the point that they went international.
Yeah, they did.
And I'm also going to give them the point that they negotiated an insane mountain pass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they went for a few of them.
TBA, this is how I felt when we first did Locomotive Versus with the J3s.
Oh, God.
I was like, yeah, the New York Central, they make great Hudsons. And then it was like, okay, J3 versus the Santa Fe Hudson. And I got demolished. And it was like, wow, I guess this wasn't so great.
Well, there's a reason the J3s not the J3s, the Santa Fe Hudsons are clocked around 110.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
120.
Supposed to be going to break speed records.
Theoretically over 126.
T1 Trust.
127. Just watch, they do like 127.
I would do that. You would do 127 just to one up them, and sort of like, hey British, come try again. If you blow them out of the water, they're not going to want to try it. But if you go just above, you're going to give somebody hope somewhere.
126.1.
Then we have more train races.
Well, all they have to do is touch 126, because Mallard only got to like 125.5.
Oh.
Really? I thought it was.
They rounded up.
Cheaters.
Oh, hold on. Team speed record.
That looks cool.
Star point for Uintah, they hit a series of tube with that side thing.
No.
125.88.
Every steam locomotive is a series of tubes.
Yeah, but the big series of tube that's hanging off the side and the something.
What the hell is this?
I'll do something for one for each. I have 2 steam domes, but you have 2 sand domes. TBA.
Yeah.
Wait. Do both of these
can somebody find
seats?
the... Hey, 10 points. Can somebody find the, like, stop, it's already dead gif? Because I feel like that should have been posted here a while ago.
It just needs to be, like, below the scores at all times.
Can we give a style point for the fact that, it's still running?
Yeah, I actually already gave that style point.
Okay. I'm blind.
Yeah, it has had a very lively excursion career. If I wanted to pull out more style points for Uintah 51, I could, but I don't need them, and I don't feel like murdering TBA anymore. I'd like him to stay around. I don't want him to go and like leave us in tears.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
TBA,
stop
I'm
there
sorry.
with-
Yeah, it's alright.
I thought a narrow gauge engine would be a fair fight for a standard gauge Mikado.
Nope.
Also, I think you can go ahead and remove the point for ditch lights, but it used to have ditch lights.
Oh, okay.
What would probably be fair is
Like,
45 versus the
take
White
those
Pass and
screenshots?
Yukon 73.
Oh, no.
No, let's
Something
do
about
one of the
19.
EBT mics.
Ooh,
EBT.
White
Or
Pass-
Sumter 19. They're
No,
very
no,
similar.
EBT.
No,
EBT.
well, some 19's pretty old.
EBT.
They're all
No,
Baldwin,
EBT would
narrow
get
gauge
trans.
22s.
Well, yeah, but you've got to find something that's modern and powerful enough on a narrow gauge level to compete with a standard gauge Mikado that's old. If you take an old narrow gauge engine to pit with an old standard gauge engine, the standard gauge engine is still going to win. You'd need probably one of the a K27 or a K28, something like that.
Damn it, EBT. Why didn't you modernize? Come on.
Well,
Because you're
Sumter
friggin'
Valley
broke.
did.
They're still freaking broke.
Yes, that is correct.
Still freaking.
Save the EBT.
At least 1361 got our boiler back.
1361 will run in 20 years.
The
The
T1
run-
will run before 1361 runs.
Double head it with the T1.
Actually, that
That-
wouldn't surprise me if they pull something like that.
That would be prototypical.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys want to cut it here?
I
Yes.
think we should.
Okay,
Yeah.
so...
Wait, do your engines have comfy seats?
Wait, yeah.
Well, I mean, you can check with only one of them currently.
Actually, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you can check
one
with.
does-
Nah, spoilers.
Go down to Guatemala where the wreckage of the engines is and just sort of like crawl in.
Yeah.
It's real comfy until you get poison ivy.
Yeah.
Or spiders bite your ass?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn quality. on.
So, anyways, style points time, or not style points, votes time.
Uintah.
Oh,
I don't know. I like both of these engines.
Sumter Valley.
Milky, you don't get to vote.
Yeah. I'm voting for Uintah because Sumter Valley.
Okay, I'm gonna give TBA a pity vote.
Oh wait, you do get to vote. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. You do get to vote.
Yeah, TBA gets my pity vote.
Okay.
And I'm gonna build 45 in Geomod at some point.
Oh my god.
Happy birthday, TBA.
Oh my god. Thanks.
Friggin' texture it like a dong.
Okay.
Hey guys. Here.
Hey guys, I got the chode engine. Oh, thank you. This is exactly what I was looking for.
It's probably not, but
No, this is actually what I was looking for.
the Simpsons one.
Yeah. Alright, by the way, Agility's broadcast ended. So, we've got to do another selection. So, we have Patriot Graph playing War Thunder, Battlehawk playing Sid Meier's Civ 5,
Yay.
Deadmaster playing Tom Clancy's The Division, D.T. Cheney in American Truck Simulator, and Agility's in Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, Jillies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, TBA, you want to just watch Agility's get shot up?
Yeah. I'm even gonna go watch him get killed.
I'm gonna go watch this guy in Gmod.
I think I crashed my Steam.
Rip.
Oh, it worked.
Rip and
I
pepperoni.
believe. Hold on. Work, damn you. Or don't work, whatever, up to you.
Why not?
I'm here. I'm watching it.
Yeah, it's not working for me. Hold on, I'm gonna try somebody else. I'm gonna try to watch Sid Meier's Gay.
Try again,
I'm watching the dude play Sid Meier's Civilization 5. If he lets me. Okay, so, anyways.
Alright.
What were we doing? What's next? Dial control. Yeah, let's move on. Dial control. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Anyway.
Control, yeah.
Yay, victory. Alright, I have done nothing.
I have done everything.
I also...
I haven't done much in trains.
Oh,
12.
wait.
What?
Got something.
Oh, okay.
I went down to the hobby store the other day and got a caboose.
Ooh, boost.
Like, literally all I did in town.
Or my garage. Just bought this
I'll
brand
send
new
the
caboose.
picture of the booth.
It's fun to drive up here on my train layout.
Well, my training out is still on paper, so yeah.
You just kind of hand drive it across the paper.
Yeah.
What else would you do?
Choo.
Yeah, I have my paper semaphore, or origami semaphore there, in like rag.
I'd actually love to see somebody do that.
I hate to go off topic, but for those who don't know, I'm on my new computer and I absolutely love it.
Alright, there you go, y'all.
Got hands.
She's a computer. You can't handle the truth.
That's gonna be a fun to caboose eventually. Right, for
Sorry,
$5.
I was filling in some stuff. Let me see. Oh, I see. It has potential.
Yeah.
It actually is a really nice blank slate. I'd like to toy around with something like that.
Make it Iron Horse
I've been
Railroad.
considering using Locomotive Paint Shed to which I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but
I've heard.
it's just like line drawings of all rolling stock and engines, so you can color them how you want.
His skinning isn't too hard.
Well, no, I know, but I'm not worried about reskinning. I just want to sort of dick around and figure out what the prototype for Iron Horseman Railroad equipment would be.
Fair enough.
Because our logo as it stands is completely black and white with a little bit of yellow, and so I figure our rolling stock would probably reflect that in being pretty much white with black highlights.
I might have to have a go at that.
I might have to have a go
We
at
should
that as
all
well.
hop on Gmod and just start making a whole bunch of Iron Horseman Railroad stuff.
If I can figure out how to do it. But yeah, no, I should stage a competition because that goes over so well with you guys. You know, it worked well for the Goose Off. I should stage like an Iron Horseman Railroad rolling stock competition.
It would.
That'd be great. Gary's mod. All right.
I'm already thinking of a scheme. God damn it! And I'm really fighting the urge to go and get on Gmod, but I'm not going to.
I would fight the urge, but the urge is...
Did the urge win, JDur?
Did the
Maybe.
urge
Click.
win?
Maybe.
The urge has won.
No, I didn't actually click Gary's mod.
Okay.
The urge has won.
Urg.
Oh, just in case anyone wants to know what we were referring to by paint stop, there you go.
Yeah, I posted a link in the cargoes. You guys will be able to check that one out.
Oh, what?
Is that... I've got stuff.
Doc.
Alright, so for my dial control, first off, I would like to say I would start... God damn it. I would like to start by saying I hate Trains 12. Ever since I've been on my new computer, every day Trains has done nothing but fight with me.
Yeah, this is just Trains in general.
Yeah.
It's just Trains in general. First off, you know, it wouldn't patch. I had to fight it for several weeks just to get it to finish patching everything. And then today, when I reinstalled it, because I was hoping reinstalling would fix the built-in assets that are faulty and the built-in dependencies are missing dependencies, everything just got worse. So I give up. And
it may fix itself eventually.
I doubt it.
You need to force a database update.
Yes.
I've forced like 3, and it hasn't done anything. It's only broke more things.
Exactly. That's
not a repair, like an actual
update.
Like where you hit start and it does that. Okay.
I don't know how to force them.
Yeah, because there are a few critical files that it'll have to rebuild everything if you delete them, and that can sometimes be helpful.
Right.
Actually, if I got this right, I think that let me test this real quick. Actually,
I end up having to refresh the database in Trains about once a week.
I think the only way to force Trains to do a database repair or update is you go in Task Manager and kill the Tad Amon. Yeah, you kill that.
Matt Damon.
And no,
Kill that. It thinks you've killed something else, and then it'll force an update, and that normally fixes a lot of things.
Well,
see,
half of the time it's just update.
I mean, I'll try it and see if it fixes the Iron Horseman.
That hasn't done it for me. What has done it is there's a assets dot something, or there are two. Yeah. There are a few of them. There are assets dot blah blah blah, like TBU or something. You know, weird file extension. In the Trains folder.
Yeah.
And if you delete those, well, first of all, you're deleting a critical component of Trains, but you know, it'll realize that you deleted a critical component of Trains, and it'll have to rebuild it from the ground up, which will force a database update. And that, okay, this is something worth discussing.
And a note I will add when with the Tad Damon thing, it only fixes the database about half actually runs an update on the database about half the time. It really depends when you kill it, what state it's in.
Yeah, it depends what it's trying to do.
Yeah, normally mine is content manager derping and, finally dying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because when you scroll through too much content, it breaks after a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had a problem recently, and this is what spurred a lot of the database screwing, basically all across the Iron Horseman group, from myself to JDur to TBA, etc. But I went to go sit down and do the the time lapse a little while ago, and
oh no.
I go, or I can't remember if it was that or if I was getting ready for Sunday driving. Oh no, it was a time lapse, And I boot up trains, and I go into the content manager, and it's empty. Or first things first, I went from the content manager, wasn't paying much attention, went into trains, and the Iron Horseman route was gone. And I went, well, that's not good. So I backed out into content manager, and it was like, this asset cannot be loaded. It was showing as faulty, and I was like, well, why is that? This asset cannot be loaded. And I was questioning that. And meanwhile, I realized, oh, hey, I can't change what I'm looking at. If I choose one of the tabs, it'll be like, applying filter, and then the list will go blank. The list went blank, and that was all. And it stayed blank. And I went, well, this is not good. So I exit out, came back, list stayed blank. I went, okay, how do I do this? I looked it up. Okay, delete these 2 assets.blah files, and it should work. And I did that. It had to do a database repair, which took a while, but it worked. And so I was able to get in and do what I needed to do. However, when I went in again, it did the same thing again. So I had to delete the files, do another database repair. Every time I had to load up trains for the span of a couple of days, I had to do a database repair to get anywhere, to get anything.
What I will say, and I hate to interrupt here, but that happens to me pretty much every time I run Green Gorge, or my route that I'm working on. And the thing that I will say with it is, if you kill Tad Damon, and your kill content manager, then kill Tad Damon, and relaunch it, normally that actually fixes it.
Oh, okay.
It's worked for me a lot.
Yeah, it's worked for me.
Like if there's just a few built-in assets that are, faulty or missing something, just kill Tad Damon and it works.
When in doubt, stab.
When in doubt, kill Damon.
I still have a lot of stuff though.
Kill Matt Damon.
No, not Matt Damon.
When in doubt, strand Matt Damon on Mars. Anyways.
So I recently
What?
I recently been getting back into Gmod, and I've built a series of pretty nice Norfolk and Western engines. I've built a NNW GP7 and SD40 and an F7 A and B, and I built a whole bunch of custom cars like a BNSF center beam, a PRR hopper, a tanker, and an NS bulkhead and other stuff.
A Reese's boxcar.
Yeah, I forgot about the candy train.
The candy train.
We all got together, and I built a Reese's car. JDur built a Hershey's car and a Baby Ruth car. O'Gilly's made a, what do you make, a York peppermint patty car?
Yeah.
And then...
I need to get in there with my Kit Kat car.
Wiebold made a Lifesavers tanker.
And it's awesome. I was supposed to make a Skittles car, but I gave up because the rainbow was hard.
Taste the rainbow.
And speaking of giving
up...
The
rainbow was hard, therefore taste of the rainbow.
And speaking of giving up, I want to give up on building Steam in Gmod, but then I don't. I really don't.
Well, once you get the wheelbase done, it's really not hard. And I kind of don't do
I'm having the hardest time figuring out how to put on the piston or the connecting, not the connecting, god damn it, drive rod.
Well, I'd help you, but I have no idea when it comes to wheelbases.
I'm the same way. I can do everything besides the wheelbase.
And nobody will help me.
Well, yeah, because you ask how do you do this, and the answer is carefully.
Thanks, Ellis.
I'm a terrible person.
You turned us all into unhelpful dudes.
We weren't even testing for that.
Yeah.
Yes!
Then again, the cake is a lie. Oh, sorry.
I have a plan for a layout.
We've found the memes from 2005 portion of the podcast.
Come to the dark side.
Never gonna give you... Well, God
damn it.
You up.
But I also have a new plan for, because I really do want to get back into my model railroad, but the thing is I don't have any place to run it.
Well, listen.
At all.
No, right?
If you can put up more than one bracket in a year.
Yeah, exactly. Except the only place I have open is up. So I'm gonna put it around.
Be that one guy that hold you on one
I'm gonna kind of do what TJ did, except I'm actually gonna do it. Now TJ's gonna stab me, but I don't care because he's not here.
He can't stab you, but yeah.
Give it a year and a bit.
Give it a year and a bit.
You'll have 2 brackets.
But
when you and JDur are in Rhode Island next summer, right, JDur?
Hopefully next summer.
You better be there.
I said, oof.
I'll try.
Anyways, it's gonna be good. Like, I'm gonna upgrade to DCC. I'm gonna get a bunch of. I'm gonna get really into it because I really do.
DCC is good for you.
DCC FTW.
Next one.
And I finally have a place to run that BLI Y6B that I want.
One thing I'm gonna say though,
check
if you're
eBay.
gonna get DCC, unless it comes with like a set, well, no. If you're gonna go DCC, don't get the Bachman Easy Command.
Oh, I hate those things.
I have one. I mean, it works, but it works, and then my club has Digitrax. Oh, it's so much better.
What I will say is I mess with NCE, and every time we have one of those engines come in, it goes straight to the back room and gets completely reset.
Yep. NCE.
NCE FTW.
Can you run NCE with a phone?
Yes. JMI has compatibility.
Okay.
We're actually working to set it up on... You know what a Raspberry Pi is?
I do.
Yeah, we're setting up our entire DCC server for the phone usage on the Raspberry Pi.
Well, that's awesome.
I think
for anyone watching, it's a little microcontroller that you can get. It's about $100, but it's a full Linux machine that we're loading the DCC server to control the trains onto.
I think that's what my club has, but I'm not sure.
Also, still need to fix Cole. His coupler's still broken.
Yeah, at the Providence Northern, the guy Chris Clegg, our dispatcher, who set up the computer and everything, he can not only do the switches and stuff from his phone and take over stuff from his phone. The computer at the corner of the room, that's the dispatch computer. You know, he can run all the signals, he can run most of the switches, and he can also just hijack your train at will if he wants to.
Go ahead.
Who's talking? Does he ever just jack your train?
Well, no, but actually, I think he did that a little bit to me. No. He just did switches with me. I was running the Steam excursion in an operating session, and, you know, he kept throwing switches under me because he's anti-Steam. He's anti-Steam, so he kept throwing crossovers under me and stuff. And then...
Dick?
We finally caught him at a moment where he was away from the computer, and so TJ, took control of the computer, you know, sat under the chair, whatever, and so I just kept going. Then I come back, and my train's derailed again, and he's sitting there with his phone laughing. You bastard.
See, the whole system, JMRI, can do amazing things when you mess with it. Case in point, one of the railroads I run at, private railroad, known as the Sunset Valley. The railroad is Sunset Valley. It's 4 layers, SP, UP, NP, SPNS, and what's the other one? Anyway, but point is, it's dual dispatchers, and with the JMRI setup, you can set up these full CTC boards that, you know, are dispatch controlled, and you have all the little levers that you can turn, and they work. And you have to actually code and call on with the signals. It's insane.
Well, that's awesome.
It is. I enjoy it. I will never touch them because I have no idea I'd break them.
Yeah, I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but my railroad club here at RPI, we went through 2 signaling systems in the span of a year. You know, we had no signaling system, and then one of the guys, one of the students, I think he might be a year younger than me, or he might be in my... No, he's definitely in my grade. He came in last year, you know, same as I did, and he redid the entire... Or he made us a signaling system, basically, using, you know, standard Ethernet type cable and stuff like that, and stuff mounted on the side of the fascia, instead of the signals on the thing. And then he decided... this is really inefficient. I don't like the way this is. So we spent a little while tearing out that entire system, maybe a month or 2 ago, and replacing it with a few command like command processors and stuff that just output light along fiber optic cable that runs underneath the layout into the signals.
Holy crap!
Genius.
Yeah, there's like a kilometer of fiber optic cable strung underneath the layout.
Wow,
expensive.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is what happens when RPI is they put a lot of money into their student life stuff.
Yeah,
and the railroad is one of the most famous clubs. So
yeah, this is where I wish my club would pay for decoders.
Ugh.
Yeah, I maintain probably about 20 engines for that club, and I'm still waiting on a pair of bloody sound decoders. Anyway.
My club is sort of the same way, except there are 4 club engines, and I'm not sure about 2. Wait, no. One of them's DC. 2 of them I think are only DCC, but I'm not sure. I haven't ran them. And then one of them is DCC sound. It's I think an Athearn GP7. It's really nice.
Yeah. Long as they're not QSI decoders, I'm happy.
Well, wait, what's wrong with QSI?
Oh, don't get me started. Okay,
Sounds
you got
like
me
plenty.
started now. QSI, I bought years ago. I got this D&GRW F3 in the freight scheme, so it's the blue and yellow. I have an ABA set. But point is, I got a QSI decoder to throw in them. I threw it in them. Motor control never worked well and died about a month after I got it. I'm still, here's the thing, I've had the decoder 2 years. I've called QSI once a month for 2 years. Nothing. Nothing at all. So, consumer advice. Don't buy QSI, whatever you do.
Away from the QSI.
I normally don't spring for an engine unless it's already got stuff preloaded, but then again, I'm not one to buy a lot of engines. Of course, this is coming from someone who's bought 2 BLI engines in the past year, but now I have 3 engines now.
Real fast.
I currently have 35 engines rostered.
Holy crap!
In HL.
I have 2.
I have 6, and I only run 2 of them. I only run 2 of them regularly, I guess.
I don't run any trains regularly, but I have probably about 40 engines.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's because you got that big box of
Stuff.
The stuff from last podcast.
I literally only have Cole, my F7 from the Iron Horsemen Chronicles, and then and then a GP40 that came with the Bogman set that I got.
I have 4 of those Jeep 40s that I've picked up at train shows. Those things are great motor frames setups. They're really good bases.
I have too many engines to count. I keep track of.
At the train show in January, I got a Lackawanna GP35 of Bachmann. Unless it's supposed to be this way, I got screwed.
What's up with it?
The guy said it was new in box, took it home, tried to run it, and it, I turn up the power, it'll buzz, and then start running, but it's really just incredibly slow.
Yeah.
You know what it probably needs? Is it just DC or what?
It's DCC.
If it's DCC, I'd look at the decoder first.
Yeah, it also you could probably adjust the start voltage or the base voltage on it.
Well, that and I can't say great things for the Bachmann decoders.
I mean, the sound value stuff's all right.
I mean, Lee works great.
The sound value stuff is Tsunami. That's not Bachmann. That's the thing with it.
Yeah.
I've put one of the DCC equipped engines on a standard Atlas DCC system, and it fried itself. Brand new. In 5 minutes. 5 minutes flat.
Holy crap!
Oh.
Actually, next time I go to the train club, then I'll take it with me and see if the guy who, what's his name, Dennis, see if he can take a look at it, because he's always at the workbench working on stuff.
The thing that makes me cry, we don't have any railroad clubs here, or I can't. any.
I'm sure there are plenty.
To discover live steam!
Well, I was going to say, haven't you gone through this before? I feel like Wiebold has picked you out some. Because, you know, he managed to find Ogili's an equivalent to the, you know, like, Hitler Club.
I'm just going to I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to leave this here.
This. Oh.
This is every 1/8 scale ride-on club in the United States. And big.
God damn it. I don't think TV is trying to get into wide-ons.
Nah.
No, but it's clubs, theoretically.
I'd do it, but I'd probably burn up the motors.
Run the toaster motive.
No, you know what? You know what I just realized? I just realized I wanted? You know, I don't know why I haven't thought of this before.
Toaster motive.
No, I want a miniaturized version of the Black Beetle.
Yes.
I haven't actually seen that. I've seen a lot
probably
of
because if you
engines.
sat on it, you'd get sucked into the jet engines.
No, actually, wait, hold that. They did make it.
Wait, what?
They did make it. I know where to find it. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Really?
Yes, really. It was at Eagle Point Railroad.
Oh,
recently.
Don't let Milky be your brakeman.
No. Don't let TB be your conductor or engineer because he will rear-end you.
Got it.
I let TBA drive my trains.
You derailed on a blind corner and I didn't have time to react.
Black Beetle?
At least I didn't send you in a loop the first time you ran your engine.
Wait,
it's in Skype. We have the Black Beetle.
Oh my
7.5-inch gauge with
my
dual
God,
RC
it's the
jet
best.
engines.
This is the best.
And this has been to the Eagle Point Railroad.
Jet engines on it. This is the bomb.
Is glorious. Yes.
Does it actually? Is it actually powered by those? Or
Yes,
does it have
it's
motors?
got dual miniature RC jet engines.
Oh my God! That's
It was
amazing.
built as a student project, so it's got I used to be in the RC aircraft, I don't know, but it's got dual, full miniature jet engines in it.
That is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
That is
That's the best thing. That and Uintah 50 in 7.5 inch. My two favorite things. 7.5 inch gauge now.
Oh my God.
This is the coolest thing. I'm still watching.
Oh, this isn't too far from me. Hey.
Go visit.
I could.
They have a chat train.
I mean, do they still run it?
It was there for a student project. I have no idea where it resides locally.
Oh.
If you read the description on the video, they have everything on it. Anyway.
That is the best. That is the bomb.
Yes, it is.
I've seen some crazy things in 1/8 scale, and that's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's I could go into some interesting stories.
Well,
I've
maybe let's not
multi-track
fill the
drifted.
podcast.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to.
I've multi-track drifted in 7.5 gauge. Not fun.
Well,
Not
Especially with an
Multi-track
SD45.
drifting.
No, especially with an SD45.
Higher on the track.
It's alright with like a flat car or something, but SD45.
put it this way: I've managed to cripple a -9.
What did you do?
There's a drive belt. It's a drive shaft on each end of the engine. And there's a belt that runs up, and I managed to snap the belt.
Damn it.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
it wasn't a
fool.
good day. We had to be towed back. Things didn't go well.
At least you guys can move.
No, we couldn't. That's the problem.
You don't get it.
At least you didn't have crap bricks.
Well, I've also lost brakes, but I won't go into that.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Best thing you can hope for is gun it in reverse. See what happens.
Reverse.
Burn out.
That's just like how things work in trains, you know. If trains has taught me anything, is if you do that, you'll just judder to a stop instantly.
Well, that's how they do it. That's how they stop the live steam engines in that gauge. I kid you not.
Yeah, or you just put your feet out.
Well, that too.
The ballast and everything just like.
I mean, the one I've driven, it actually had brakes.
What type of engine did you run?
It was a It's a UPFEF.
Oh, I know the engine.
Yeah.
There was one of those at Train Mountain, and wow,
I'll go find a picture of it. I know it exists, or there's a picture of it somewhere.
I might as well throw this out here now. The most recent photo in chat, that is what I own. It's a 3-truck Role Models box cab that I purchased recently.
Ooh.
I've been rebuilding it over the last winter. It needs wired, and then it's done.
These guys done anything lately?
You should build it.
It's adorable, and I love it.
It's run on the bench. It's not run on the track yet. It's currently sitting at the White Creek Railroad in Cedar Springs, Michigan. It is 90% done. It needs wiring. It'll be good for the May meet when it comes up.
Build it Gmod.
Are you guys? Are you planning to go to? I know this is a little ways out, but are you planning to go to the next triennial at Train Mountain?
Yes. Hopefully I will be able to get up there with the Eddie Creek analogy
I
number 4.
will probably see you there.
10-4. That works.
Okay, this is sort of a decent picture, but this is the northern that I ran like 3.
They had
3 years ago.
There were 2 844s at Train Mountain for the triennial last time I was there, or when I was there. One of them had like a full UP excursion consist with 3 seats per car. There must have been 20 some odd seats on that train.
I saw that in 2012 when I was there.
Oh yeah.
Now, random question. Did you run into a guy up there by the name of Dave Wheeler? Would have an NYC Lightning Stripe, GP9 high nose pair?
If I saw it, which I may have seen it, I definitely didn't interact with the guy.
Okay.
We were.
Go ahead.
We were very focused on. You can talk to Wiebold at length about this, but we were very focused on sort of stress testing his engine for the few days we managed to get out there. We managed to run that little thing all the way up to Hope Circle, all the way up to the far end, and that was
I didn't know
amazing.
He had an engine.
Yeah, I know. He's got a. Again, talk to him about it when he's back. But yeah, he's got a little. It's called Sand Creek Tramway number 4. It's a 040 saddle tanker steam outline.
It's adorable.
It's a little electric. It's adorable. Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't complain too much. It brought myself and him and O'Gillies all the way up from the base station to Hope.
If I were there, I'd have done otherwise.
Yeah, I know that, TBA. For you, we've got to get you into 51.
Damn.
By the way, that was for sale when I was there, and I was like, man, if I had the money, I would be going home with a giant life steam engine.
Well, there's a big boy for sale right now.
Yeah, but I don't really care about the big boy.
And there's the K-46 for sale as well in the same area.
Yeah, it's that guy up in Oregon.
TBA goes sad face in the chat.
He goes winky sad face. Because he knows he'd crush it. Yeah, but at least if we get out and push, you'd be able to.
I've done that too. I
have no doubt.
Okay, now pushing is a different story. I'd be able to push you guys forever.
We'd be able to hit you up like a sled dog.
When it's 10 p.m. at night and locomotive batteries go dead and you have 4 trains behind you, pushing it back's not fun.
Yeah, I would figure.
You have to push the thing about 2 miles.
Oh.
No, TBA. Mush.
The railroad I run on is 5 miles.
My spot max is 545 pounds.
Oh boy.
And you're pushing something that's on rails.
Well, true. But that's with, 8 cars, too.
Yeah, but that'd still be no problem.
Well, true.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
TBA is jacked.
TBA, out of everyone in the group, TBA even lifts.
Oh boy.
I'm by far the biggest
kind
one.
of lifts.
Why would worse on an engine? So
why would lifts Pensy throttles?
Claudius Benzi.
Standard.
I have some freaking obscure interurban companies files. But yeah, again, they're interurban. So.
Ding dong, the bus is dead.
7.5 gauge ST45 back on the track, sort of, or at least like one bogey for it. That wasn't fun.
I think I got a freight boy back on track.
Multi-track drifting. That ended. That wasn't fun.
Better than dropping the whole Southern Mikado on the ground.
Ooh,
Again, don't ask.
We're just gonna have one of these days. We're just gonna have a giant live Steam story swap session.
We should.
Yeah, we should.
I've done some dumb things, but I've also seen some very dumb things.
We should get him here for Sunday driving.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna extend an invitation once we're done with the podcast.
10-4.
So let's sort of wrap up any tangents we've got going because we're running on. We've got about 10 minutes left in the regular old schedule here.
We are still on the clock, men. All in.
Okay. Gmod. I got in Gmod this morning and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get some shit done.
Yeah, you actually got a hell of a lot done. I saw the pictures while I was at work.
Kind of built a whole thing.
Yeah, I went from a 440 wheelbase and a boiler to a completed engine in maybe 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say 6.
No,
Again.
it was 6-7 hours.
Yeah, again,
When did you get up and
JDur
start
works
working
like
on
a
it?
madman, which is
Still
why
madman.
he's like the build crew when I need a lot done. You know,
Yeah.
JDur, when we can get your thing working, I marked that section. I wrote like farms in grass texture
I saw
on the
that.
ground.
If
Yeah,
I
that's what I
ever
did.
get
Arms
it working-
here.
If
Yeah.
I ever get
By
it, I would
build crew,
love
you
to be
mean
part
me.
of the-
Yes.
If I ever get my trains working, I'd love to be a part of the build crew, and
Yeah,
I feel like I could do it too.
You probably got farther along than he did. The thing is, and this was solved. This solved a problem with JDur as well. You know, JDur, you couldn't open the route without your computer blue screening on you, and you know, suicide Darcy. But in TBA, you couldn't see it in Content Manager, but you could see it in game towards
Yeah,
you know
I
when
could
things
see
started screwing
it,
up.
But the content manager.
What
which
I
was-
think might have helped is if I just piled assets onto you, because that helped JDur massively.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah, before he sent me the dependencies, the route would last maybe 5 minutes, and then my computer would blue screen and die.
Yeah, that's the problem with
But-
having a route with 3,500 freaking dependencies.
On the
Oh
on the
my.
during the time that
Wiebold.
this is just a hint of how powerful my computer is. During the time I was able to be on the Horseman route, I was running Troy on max settings at 45 frames per second.
Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyways,
In
See-
Surveyor.
The only problem I have with trains
Hmm.
is speed trees.
what
Everywhere.
about
I love them.
speed trees? Are
Yeah,
better
they're
than
the best.
splines in
They-
long run.
They are awesome.
You
Kevon's
have not
Forest of
seen
Doom.
my routes, have you?
Well, you've not seen mine. Mine
Not
has
seen mine.
speed trees everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Kevon's
my-
Forest of
What's,
Doom.
what's your problem with them then? I don't get it.
I kill other people's computers.
Oh, okay, yeah, I understand. Oh, you've made the forest of death like Kevon.
Let's see.
I understand.
Let's see. I've killed Jellymaker's computer. I've killed Dennis the Can's computer. I think I've made. Did I kill? There's a list.
This is
Yes,
a
thus
super-
far the
You
Iron
made a
Horseman
for-
is. Thus far, the Iron Horseman route has killed Kevon's or not Kevon's, but JDur's and TBA's computer
Oh my!
at least.
Well, it
Oh,
killed our
my.
trains, but not our computers.
No, it killed my computer.
Well, no, I killed JDur's computer.
Blue screen.
You just destroyed my trains. You came in and blindsided my trains.
Yeah, I've done.
You just
I've destroyed your trains about as much as I destroyed your train in Locomotive Versus.
Oh my! I'll go get the fire extinguisher. Oh wait, we can't. We have
Oh
to
wait,
clean
they
those up.
detonated it.
Oh wait, they vandalized it.
Maybe they didn't vandalize it. Maybe they started vandalizing, accidentally set a fire, and so they just grabbed the fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
Maybe
We
I don't
were
know.
helping.
We were trying to help.
We were trying to help, and then it went downhill, and then it went downhill even more because we started a fire, and then
We
we
put out the fire.
They were trying to
started the
steam up the
fire.
engine.
Oh, good luck trying to get 578 to work. Good luck.
Put water in a locomotive's firebox, Mr. Davies.
Just seriously, good luck. I
Good.
see it every time I go to the railroad club. It is a rust bucket.
Rude, Jim.
No, it is.
At least it's not a fish tank.
Rude.
Anyways, something I've got to say before we round out. This is probably my last piece of information. I'm almost done with Johnson's short story number 7. The release of them finally caught up to the writing of them, and I'm trying to round out the last one right now. I was working on it before we started the podcast. And when that's done, it'll be going up, and that'll be the last Johnson short story, and then after that will come the trailer, and after that will come the first episode of the season. Which is 3 weeks from today.
Well, a big 10-4 there.
Yeah, everybody
fun.
get your freaking lines in, because I'm going to lose my mind.
I already got my lines in.
I'll get to it.
I'm getting to mine.
For episode... Oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks, TBA, that's right.
Just so you know, I actually don't have any lines in episode 1. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm being
Nice,
sarcastic.
TBA, STFU.
Hey, I'm not the one who chose to be the narrator.
I didn't choose to be the narrator. I just
No,
get on the dock
we
one.
kind of thrust that upon him.
Yeah.
I just get on the dock one day. I'm like narrator. Like, okay, I'm narrator.
Well, because you were doing the freaking Uncle Jerry voice, and it was like perfect.
Beautiful.
Damn it!
Uncle Jerry.
Why didn't we have
Uncle
Garrett
Jerry.
around at that time? He could have done it.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, well, we have a bunch of voices in the group now that we can make use of. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Compared
you want
to-
to resign, I'll take it. I'm kidding.
No, we should do an episode where I don't know. It's like one of the other executives telling a story. I don't know.
No. We're gonna have an episode. What is it?
Spoilers.
We're gonna have a Christmas Cole where Mike is gonna be telling part of the story as well.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, spoilers. I gave out the name of a freaking episode. I did not give out any of the content. Anyways.
It's Christmas. It's Cole's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas
Mike's
and
telling
it's-
Congratulations, you just took stuff out of the title. Anyways, so no spoilers as to what's going on in A Christmas Cole, but needless to say, it's going to be a fun episode. Okay, who else has got stuff?
I still have Gary's mod.
Well, finish your damn Gary's mod.
Okay. Let's see. I finished the American. It runs great. I still need to fine tune a couple things.
Jeter, we need to tell them about what we figured out not to do.
Oh yeah.
Dare I ask?
All right. So. TBA, you do this.
Alright, so Jader's sitting there with his little American, and I pull up in Granite Rock 10 because Jader built that for me, and it's absolutely beautiful, and I really love it, so thank you so much for that. And,
Locomotive is next.
Oh, it
Yes.
shouldn't be that hard, really, but, I mean, I say that now, I'm not the one building it, how hard it's gonna be. Anyways, so we're like, tug of war, and we're like, sure, let's try it. As soon as Jader connects the rope, these engines both go to space. They just, everything glitches out.
No, TBA. Yours went to space. Mine stayed on the track.
Okay, Granite Rock, no, because in my picture, my screen, it showed your engine going to space.
And mine, you were going to space.
Spaceception.
I think we have a break in causality here.
So, Joe, are we on the moon right now? Yes!
Anyways, so, but I guess both of the engines just take off, and they glitched out, and then we may or may not have crashed in our GM.
We were the only
Nice.
two on, so.
We were the only two on, so it really didn't matter, and we were...
See, I'm dumb enough where I have the authority to crash in our GM.
You
How
don't need
did I
authority to
manage
crash
that?
in RGM.
We were just, welcome to Jackass.
We did... I'm just sitting there, I turn around, and I see the engines just get punted into the air.
Come fly away. Come
Just
fly
space.
away.
Come fly with me.
Let's see, I helped Cubed work on 1206. The way he had it was all right. Afterwards, it was so much better.
There's a couple of 1206s. Be very careful. There's two out there right now. One's made by Avery, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not going to.
I don't like that guy.
Okay,
Wow.
I'll go into this.
No, he
but-
purposely derailed me.
God, no.
Well, look into that engine, and you will see that everything is double welded,
Oh,
Oh,
and then no
What?
colliding.
no!
what?
That thing kills servers.
Oh, jeez.
Double welded. Why?
Why?
I have no idea.
Call it
Double
the server
weld.
nuker.
I'm really tempted to put that in holotext on the side. Anyway,
Server nuker.
but if I can punt in for a minute, I got a delivery from the Canco Southwestern today. I have a fully functioning PRR M1B wheelbase. So a PRR M1B will be very soon in coming to Gary's Mod, along with, or well, to join a G5 which needs finished and whatever other projects I
like it already.
You seem like the K&L trains of Gmod. You're building all the Pensy stuff.
well, I started.
I want to build the J1, but I still can't do it.
Warhawk has built the J1. I have his.
And then Extremer has his Q2.
Well, I have Extremer's Q2 and T1.
Yeah.
Oh,
I rebuilt his T1 a little bit. It's so nice to run. Wheel power is nice, but without wheel power, oh, I tell you, that engine is awesome.
Jesus.
I'm gonna be the first to build a Y6B.
Yeah, I think you are.
I'd be
actually.
surprised, but
No, I think he is.
oh, really?
I don't remember seeing any other Y6s.
I know. I'm going to spill the beans on Warhawk, and I'm sorry, but I know he's building Ivan.
Duh.
Okay, well, Jake, I just have a quick question. You seem to know a lot about the Gmod community. How well known is the Iron Horsemen Chronicles in the Gmod?
Very. Last few
Really?
days, very.
We
The
have
only one-
fans!
Yay!
There are a few people that I'm beating with a hammer to get to watch it, but
Perfect.
I will link this episode to those parties involved. Yes, you know who you are.
Oh, please, they're not going to get this far into it.
This is great.
Anyway, but yeah.
This is a good hijacking.
Yeah.
I'm
Gmod.
torn as to-
Place
I'm
to
torn
blow
between-
stuff up.
I'm torn between several different possible names for this episode, but anyways.
Oh,
I'll probably forget all of them by the time I actually go to name it, so don't even bother.
I forget one last project on Gmod.
Go for it.
Flegel has been working on a crab wheelbase, a little engine's crab wheelbase.
Le Crab!
Wait.
It is a geared logging 040, and it literally,
Oh, no.
the cylinders go one way and the rods go the other. It's geared. It's weird.
I know what you're talking about, and I love the crab types, and they are so adorable.
One of the guys in Skype former group I'm in, managed to buy a little engine's crab wheelbase, which inspired the whole thing. But anyway, we're trying to convince him to build some weird thing out of this. And we've all been kind of smashing these bases about. And the most recent thought is the double Crabley, which is a double Farley with dual crab wheelbases. And it
sounds
is
amazing.
genius. It runs so well. It's insane.
Look
But
at
it
what
runs.
Jake need to build. Look at what
Long
Jake.
Island.
I saw
Long
that. That's
Island.
built out of a Bowser E6.
We need to build that.
Yeah,
In
someone, S. Berliner made the Photoshop version, and then somebody was like, yeah, we'll make a real one.
You know, I have a dead K4.
Do it.
God.
Do it.
I could do this in HO.
Do it.
The
Do
wrong
it. Do it
island.
now.
Don't.
Do it.
Okay,
Do it.
okay, fine. 1361 is now RIP.
Oh,
Rip.
I mean,
okay.
all right.
1361 was RIP to begin with, but
Oh, my
anyway.
goodness.
Ooh, the Iron Horseman Chronicles has fans.
The IHC Chronicles, the Iron Horseman Chronicles.
And Horsemen Chronicles.
Oh, Julie's just team killed.
Why?
Uncle Julie's, where are you doing that new?
And then his team member goes, Team member goes, OMGY.
OMG, what's in your new boot, Lottie? What's in your other boot?
You sound like Eins now.
Oh, it sounds like Scott.
Here's the thing. I talk with Eins very regular, and he's more insane than I am.
Wait.
Yeah.
A lot more insane than I am.
No.
Not sure how that's possible, but like, wow.
Eins is pretty crazy.
Eins is very insane.
Yeah.
He's great, but he's insane.
Hey, he's one of the best people that I've met on Gary's mod, but God, it's crazy.
Oh, I asked Julius why he team killed. The guy walked into his line of fire.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It wasn't completely O'Gillies' fault, but I was like, whoops.
Disappointed.
Whoops.
Rude.
You were smiling when you shot me. Well, that's how I look. Smug and evil.
It happens so often in Rainbow Six. It's not even funny. It's most of the time the people who apologize. It's the people who get killed apologize.
Oh, yeah.
That went quiet.
Yeah, now it's quiet.
Sorry,
I'm
I
not
was slightly distracted.
Oh wait.
Yeah. So,
wait,
anybody
no,
get
actually,
anything else?
One last quick thing in Gmod. I came up with a new paint scheme for the Equipment Central, inspired by the
so freaking
inspired by the Allegheny Valley Railroad.
It's sexy.
Yes, it is.
Can I see this?
Oh
wait, you got your Steam page right here.
Yeah, go down to the picture of the GP9.
No, you should show
Let
me
me look through these. You got this guy. This is your new guy. And then what is this? What is this? It's so orange. Oh God.
What's that?
And then there's this 4449. Yay.
The new Blight.
The new Blight.
Oh wait, is that?
No, it's the new
Departing
Blight.
Wolf from Yard. It's not right looking thing. Where were you? Where am I? What am I looking for again? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I like. Me gusta.
Yeah. It looks, on the bi-level coaches I have, it looks really good.
It looks really good on your SD70 as well.
Non-specific Pacific.
You know, it just looks good overall.
Yeah. I mean, I built the
Milwaukee right now.
SD70s mainly so the Equipment Central doesn't get shot by the EPA for having, inefficient locomotives.
Railco still runs on Alcos.
I've asked my
smoke weed every day.
Meanwhile, in Oregon,
it's called...
No, it's smoke.
Smoke coal every day.
Smoke turbos every day.
Whoa.
It's just a little rail line that I made because I was bored, and I made a logo for it in Illustrator, and it actually turned out pretty cool. So I'm hoping Wiebold, when he comes back, will be able to help me make it a hollow. So bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. I just sneezed on my cookies.
So I can start building these engines because I really want to get to it. And that's definitely for sure the last thing that I have.
All right.
I'm out of stuff.
Anybody else got any last minute stuff they want to air? Anybody?
I have a lot of stuff that I could say, but I'm going to leave it at that.
Anybody got any social grievances? Anyone got any girl questions for Kurt?
Wait.
For Kurt,
What?
obviously. All right. Well, I suppose that's it. I made my mentions of things that are going on with the housekeeping to cover that again. We've got probably only a couple days until Johnson Short Story number 7, the finale, is out. Then give me maybe a week. I might take a week off there to work on stuff. But the trailer should be coming out either next weekend or the weekend afterwards, because the weekend after that is the first episode of Iron Horseman Chronicles Season 2, Battle of the Aged.
What was that? What?
Alright, anyways. We actually have to do the Terminations, and nobody has gotten we have had a perfect game, or a perfect podcast.
Insert the Price is Right theme.
No. Reason. Add that to the reasons why I'm glad TBA called it out before Achilles. Alright. Alright, well, hold on, let me get this Let me get this in here. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
There,
Terminations.
Wiebold had 1 point, didn't he?
No. Well, yeah,
darn.
but also, whoever spelled that spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
Jarrod.
Farewell.
Anyways,
Suck. You suck.
all right, Jake. What are your last words for this podcast?
Well, hang on to them hats and glasses, 'cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Okay.
Hold on, I need to write that out.
Oh boy.
All right, who's next? JDur.
If Thomas is the big blue dumpster, then Percy is the little green recycling bin.
Of course. Following that is Jared Wiebold.
I absolutely love my new computer.
If only Wiebold had actually gotten a new computer. Yeah, you know what? That's
Yeah.
Myself with 0. I'm gonna say Finals and Iron Horseman Chronicles do not mix.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Unfortunately, I'm mixing them anyways. Milky.
Iron Horseman SD9 soon TM.
Soon TM, and that is it for this episode of the Terminus podcast. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. Say goodbye. The train's terminating.
Adios!